either be the best time of the year or the absolute worst miserable time of the year for some of us. Yes, it's fun, it's nostalgic, the holidays are coming up, but also it's getting dark early. It's freezing outside. You have no will to really be motivated or get things done because you're ruminating on all of the goals and resolutions you set that you didn't get done by the end of the year. Lucky for you, I'm going to teach you how to be hot and unbothered instead of cold and bothered. Your routines, your mindset, your perspective, the people who you hang around, the things that you do, all of these things are going to contribute to whether or not you have a good winter or a miserable one. Do not worry, because after listening to this episode, you will know how to be hot mentally, physically, energetically, even when it's cold. We are being hot and unbothered and not cold and bothered, okay? So if you want to learn how to level up your life and unlock the hottest, highest, and healthiest version of yourself, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to today's episode of Hot and Unbothered. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my podcast. If you are new here, my name is Bri, and I am your host of Hot and Unbothered, the ultimate place to be for the girlies who want to level up their lives. Hot is a mindset, okay? It actually has nothing to do with the physical, because if you are hot on the inside, it will reflect on the outside, and same with being unbothered. You are going to be so untouchable, where even things like the cold winter icy snow will not knock you down. No seasonal depression, no bad weather, no external factors are going to get you bothered, all right? And when things are cold and bleak and dry, what do you need to do to counteract it? You come in with the warmth. You get hot instead of cold. You come in and you are going to bring light. You're going to bring sunshine. You're going to bring warm, cozy vibes into this winter icy coldness. And we are going to turn it around, because yes, winter can be so unenjoyable for some of us, but the truth is we have to make it through. There's no way around it. I feel like a lot of the reason why we get seasonal depression is because we're trying to avoid what's happening right in front of us. The only way out is through, you guys. So I'm going to teach you not only how to get through this winter, but how to make the most of it. We're going to talk romanticizing, resetting, rebuilding, routines, all the good stuff. Before we dive into today's episode, you guys know I love to share a podcast review. Today we have one from Nika. She said, "I feel like your videos are genuinely so educational and fulfilling in every aspect to me, because the advice you give is so motivating. I struggle a lot with school attendance, getting homework done, and building a career for myself, but this episode made me realize that little by little it is possible to get there. I started watching your podcast in early July, and I've never heard more useful information that actually brings some sense of motivation within me. Thank you for this." Nika, I'm so proud of you, girl. That is so amazing. And I just want to say thank you for recognizing that. I feel like with social media, I get a lot of conviction, honestly, because yes, social media can be such a negative place in the sense of doom scrolling, external validation, comparison, but it also can be a tool to spread a positive message, and I want to make sure I'm doing it in that regard instead of feeding you guys useless information and how to be the hottest girl in the room only physically and how to attract all the boys and make them all like you. Like, that's not what we're about over here. So if you want the shallow surface level stuff, I don't know that this is the podcast for you, okay? Because we're diving in. We want to do a full transformation from the inside out, and not only in a way that just makes us feel better, but also makes the people around us feel better and just gravitate towards us or be able to confide in us as a person and just to be an energy and a light in this world. That is what Hot and Unbothered is about. So if you're here and if that sounds like something you're interested in, buckle up, make yourself comfortable, stay a while, and I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you guys will take a second to rate the podcast 5 stars and leave a review to be featured in next week's episode. Also, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, because we're so close to 100K, and my goal was to get a 100K subscriber plaque by the end of the year. And I think we can do it. All right, you guys, let's dive into today's episode. There are 4 main pillars that I'm going to organize today's episode in. So we have the reflect, reset, routine, and romanticize, the 4 R's, and that's how we're going to break it down today. Number 1 step is to reflect. Honestly, I want you to sit and ask yourself, what is it about this time of year that makes it hard for me? For a lot of people, it is the weather, right? Our body needs sunlight and vitamin D and our circadian rhythm, and that can be set off, right? There's less light in the day, the night comes by fast, we don't feel like we're able to get as much done, our circadian rhythm's off, less sunshine means imbalanced cortisol levels. That's a huge contributing factor. Maybe some people get super stressed with the holidays. Maybe it's because of money. Maybe it's because you have family coming into town and you may not have the best relationship with them. Maybe you feel like there's so much to do and you just don't have enough time in the day. The holidays can be really stressful. Maybe you get a little bit sad and depressed, right? The holidays, yes, it can be a nostalgic time for some, but it can also be really sad looking back maybe on memories that you used to have with a certain person who might not be in your life anymore, things like that. Some of us may also feel behind. You may feel the pressure to end the year strong, and you might have started the year with so many high hopes for the things that you would accomplish or how much you would succeed. But the truth is, you made it this far, and that is enough. So I want you guys to tell yourself that you have done plenty, all right? And just because you didn't finish everything by a certain deadline doesn't mean you never will. And I want you to take this feeling of disappointment within yourself, and instead of ruminating and dwelling on it, I want you to use it as motivation, because maybe you didn't start it as soon as you wanted to, but why not start today? And so I want you guys to actually take this time that maybe feels slower or more dull. I want you guys to use this as the opportunity to reflect. Maybe the pace of life is slowing down and that's what's making you upset. Maybe you don't have as many social activities on the agenda, you're not going on as many vacations or spending as much time at the beach unless you're in Australia or somewhere on the other side of the equator. Okay, shout out my international besties. Everyone comment where you are from and what season it is right now, because I know we have a very international audience, which is amazing, and I love seeing what season that you guys are in. So maybe you're not getting as much dopamine and serotonin as you once were in the other seasons, but use this slow time to spend time with yourself in solitude, reflect, journal, all of the things that I always rave about. And I have specific episodes on solitude, reflecting, and it just will do wonders. I promise. I know it might feel uncomfortable to sit in silence with yourself. Sometimes you have no choice. And pay attention to the emotions that are coming in, right? You don't have to suppress them. Let yourself feel things. This can serve as an emotional training ground for you and almost a learning experience, right? Because these feelings are coming up, usually during the summertime. It's easy to ignore them, easy to move past them. Maybe the reason you're feeling this way is because there's something that you have to address within yourself. So learn how to not just suppress the emotions, but feel through them and reflect on it. Also use this time to reflect on your identity, right? It can be so easy to forget who you are when all the negative thoughts and emotions and feelings are coming in. So remind yourself, what are the things I love to do? What are the things that fuel me? What makes me feel like I have an intention and a purpose in this life? What are my goals? What kind of people do I like to surround myself with? Ask yourself those things so you can see what you are aligned with. And this also serves as a great exercise to help you reevaluate into the new year. And I will definitely be doing a new year episode for you all as well. We are also going to use the ultimate tool, which is gratitude. Gratitude will get you through the winter season. This perspective is so amazing. You can look outside and be like, ugh, it's snowing or it's raining outside and my day's messed up. Or you can be like, wow, what a beautiful thing, right? The world, God's creation, it goes through these beautiful seasons and it's so magical and it's so fulfilling and it makes it feel nostalgic. You can choose to see the glass half full or half empty. My recommendation is to always view through a half full lens, because if you practice your gratitude, it becomes so much easier to make it through the tough seasons of life, because you know that everything's happening for a reason and that there's just so much to be grateful and thankful for, despite whatever may be upsetting you in that moment. During winter, we tend to get into the scarcity abundance. I don't have money to buy all the things that I want to buy. I don't have a boyfriend to spend Christmas with. We're focused on what I don't have. Shift your perspective to one on abundance, right? Be grateful. You don't have a boyfriend. You don't have to spend money on a gift. You have more time to spend with yourself, to focus on you, to practice discipline and building fresh routines and a fresh start in time for the new year. There's so much opportunity, whichever way you turn it. Whatever position you're in life, yes, I know it may not be perfect. No one's position is, but there is a silver lining somehow, some way, and I challenge you to find it. And lastly, in our reflecting period, I want you guys to reflect on your standards, on your boundaries, on the relationships around you. What is serving you and what is not? Is there something that just really pushes you that you've been tolerating for way too long and you know it's not good for you or your mental health? Are you putting yourself in situations that actually drain you? You need to ask yourself these questions, because we become so used to sticking through every season no matter what. And there's unconditional love and friendship, but then there's also outgrowing people. And it's important to be able to discern the difference between the two and understand that just because something fit for one season of your life doesn't mean it's always going to fit into the next. So it's really important to be able to decipher what is serving me right now and what is not. And that brings me into our next section, which is to reset. The number one thing we are going to do is let go. That is what winter is for, you guys. Whatever past version of yourself, past relationships, past situations, past anxieties, they can stay in the past. They can stay there. My challenge for you is to identify them when you reflect. And then when you reset, picture yourself letting them go. Picture yourself cutting that tie and decide if this does not serve me anymore, it does not have to come with me. It's not your burden to carry. We get stuck in a seasonal depression because we're waiting for January 1st for a fresh start and a clean slate. The truth is you can start right now. And why not detach from the things that don't serve you right now so that way when you start the new year, you can start off on a good foot. Versions of yourself, ideas of people, perceptions that people have made about you, leave them all. We are detaching from them, and that is the true reset. That is what will set you so free and just give you the courage and the momentum to go into this new year, to go into this next season of life feeling like you can decide who you are, not based off of any other past version or perception of yourself. And so whatever no longer serves you, your purpose, your identity, your peace, you can leave it. Also, the environmental reset is going to be huge. Your environment, like I always say, is a reflection of what's going on inside your brain. So decluttering, reorganizing your space. Maybe you want to put different things in different places. We always wait for spring cleaning to do it. Do it now. Now is the best possible time. Maybe you want to put your winter clothes closer to the front of everything so when you open your closet, you feel romanticized, you feel in the spirit. Little changes like this will make a big difference. If you wake up and your room is a complete disaster, of course you're going to feel depressed, unmotivated, lazy. You're going to want to stay in bed or to not be productive if that's what your environment is telling you. So rewrite the story. I challenge you to set up your room like the dream version of yourself would. And this doesn't mean buying new things, but would it be organized? Would it be clean? Would it be decorated cute? Or would it be a complete mess? The choice is yours, but we both know the answer. And this is, again, an amazing way. You can also dedicate it to the winter time, little ways to romanticize, make it cozier. We'll get into this in our romanticization category, but just some little things you could do for your environment. Having those Hatch alarm clocks. I've never had one before. I've heard great things if you need something to really lighten the mood, brighten up your room, especially right in the morning. There's also candles, new scents for wintertime. That's incredible, and that always gets me in the spirit as well. Decorate for the holidays. That always helps. I always like to incorporate more blankets or even switch out my bedding. If you're watching visually, you can see that I have my gingerbread blanket out, and it's amazing. I've been doing more Christmas decorating content on my other socials, my TikTok and Instagram, so make sure you guys check that out as well if you want to see how I romanticize and set up my room and environment for a fresh reset during the winter time. And again, a huge part of the reset is setting these boundaries once you've evaluated them and reflected on them, because everyone is busy, emotions are already very high, and it's just the time to figure out what are you going to prioritize and what is serving you zero purpose whatsoever. And when drawing boundaries, it's important to remember that people who love you will understand, and you need extra protection right now. For me, my bandwidth has shrunk significantly. One, with all the surgery stuff I dealt with earlier in the year, it was months and months of just crazy hospital stuff, not fun. But regardless, during the wintertime, a lot of our bandwidths are shrunk, maybe even snapped. So you don't have as much resilience as you may during other times. You may not have as much patience. You may not have as much energy. So it's okay to say no to things. I've already noticed ever since the time change and it's getting dark earlier, I've been saying no left and right. And I used to have a severe people-pleasing problem. If that sounds like you, I have a people-pleasing episode that I highly suggest everyone listens to, because we're all people pleasers these days. But I used to feel like I needed to say yes to everything, or I would have FOMO. I would feel like I would miss out on everything. Now, if something's not serving me, I'm okay with it. And I actually learned that I can prefer if I need to recharge and have a night of my own instead of going out with everybody. I'm okay now. I actually prefer most nights being at home, not in a way where I'm shutting people out, but I'm using the time to refuel and recharge so that I can be the best friend, girlfriend, daughter, sister that I can. I can put my best foot forward because I'm not over exhausting myself. Again, if your bandwidth is stretched too far, it is going to snap and you will hit a breaking point. So I encourage you to just make sure you are paying attention and being mindful of that instead of just pushing yourself to the limits. Boundaries are so good. And when I have a night at home in my bed, maybe you're watching a favorite show, cooking your favorite meal, refreshing, resetting your space for the holidays. Maybe it's going to the gym, stretching, doing a skincare routine, face mask, whatever makes you feel like you are on a little date with yourself, reading a good book. Those nights are productive. And the difference is some people, if they haven't gotten comfortable with themselves and prioritizing their self-care yet, they'll view that as lazy or boring. But the truth is, that's as good as it gets for me. Like, I love a good night like that. And that brings us into our next section, which is routine. Routine is crucial for so many reasons. Number one, like I was saying, you have to show yourself self-care, especially during this time. When we are more sensitive, more fragile in the wintertime, when seasonal depression is creeping up around the corner, you owe it to yourself to put extra effort into spending time with yourself. It's kind of like when I'm on my period or that time of the month, I'm PMSing, I'm extra moody, my boyfriend has to put in extra effort into our relationship to make sure that I don't lose my mind. It's kind of like that. You have to do that for yourself during the wintertime. We should prioritize self-care during all times, but if you don't, winter is the absolute best time to start. And I already feel a difference. This year I've been prioritizing my self-care during this season opposed to last year. Lost it. I literally let the time fly by so fast. I'm not paying attention to my body, its signals, its needs, and I've just been so much more in tune with my body at this point, and it feels so amazing. And I'm happy to say that I, again, can focus on, okay, my body needs to rest today. It's not up to socialize every single day. We don't have to do everything. Some days may be more fast paced, some may be slower. The one thing that you can lean on is your routine. So I want you guys to write out or type in your notes what your perfect, ideal winter routine looks like. First thing I do in the morning is open the blinds. Even if it's raining or snowy outside, when you open your window to look outside, let the light in, romanticize that. Feel like you're opening the window in a movie. Light makes the biggest difference, like I've said 100 times. Maybe you make a cup of tea in the morning or your favorite breakfast. Make a routine that you can depend on, a step-by-step thing that you incorporate every single day. During the wintertime, it's so easy to say, okay, it's a gloomy day outside, I'm gonna stay home and do nothing. But if you at least get up and do your routine, that will keep you in check with yourself, hold you accountable, and also ensure that you're doing something that makes you feel loved each day. It's important to focus on the small, nurturing aspects of the routine because these will make the biggest difference. Your skincare especially, most definitely during the winter, you are going to need more moisture, okay? You don't want your skin getting all crackly and dry. I know everyone says the winter uglies. Winter uglies is majority on the inside, for me at least. It's because I'm not feeling as happy or as radiant or vibrant as usual. It's just the truth. But if you are able to incorporate these things, you will glow so much brighter. There's also the other aspects like our skin. Most people's skin gets dry or red during the wintertime, so make sure you curate your own special winter routine. Have fun doing research, picking out new products. They don't have to be expensive. Just figure out what works best for you. And this is another way to feel so cared for. When you have a fun little routine to follow, you actually start to look forward to it and it's so much easier to implement, and this is good for you mentally and physically as well. You will be glowing inside and out. It's all about romanticizing the routine, you guys. This will help so much and do wonders. Get some cozy pajamas, maybe a new blanket, fuzzy slippers, fuzzy socks, a warm shower, or a bath with bath bombs, candle, favorite book. These are crucial. I mentioned in my last episode how to get 1% better better every single day. That one has so many great habits that you can implement every single day to make sure that you are giving yourself growth and progress, even on the days you don't feel like it. Someone scheduled a dopamine fix, which was, for example, they would come home because it gets dark out, so we don't get to have as much time to do fun things or to feel like we are enjoying the day in the sunlight. It gets dark early. So this girl, she started scheduling a 6 p.m. luxury bubble bath at her house every single night. She would set it up. Even if you're having a bad day, you know, okay, I have a warm, cozy, relaxing bubble bath waiting for me. I love little things like that. But this brings us into our final category, which is to romanticize. I feel like this may be one of the most important ones of winter because, again, you have the choice whether you are going to dread winter or love it. I made the conscious decision to be like, I'm going to romanticize this year because if I don't, you do get a little sad and you get too focused on the little things. Number one, you're going to focus on the true meaning of the season, which has nothing to do with you. Newsflash, your purpose in life has nothing to do with you. The purpose of the season is to serve others. You were put here to serve others. You were put here to give back. You were put here to serve a purpose to help other people. It's not about you. And when you're able to shift the perspective to realize that it's not about you, you become significantly less stressed, less self-critical, less depressed. It's actually insane. You shift your lens from one that just looks in the mirror to one that looks at others how God sees them. If you've never volunteered, if you've never given back, if you've never helped anybody out, this is the perfect time. The holidays is not the only time to give back. We should be doing it year round, but if you've never started, there are extra opportunities in this season. You can adopt a family, so you can choose a family and shop for their kids or their family members and give them gifts for Christmas times. There's food drives. If you don't want to buy anything for people, you can get hands-on involved, feed the homeless. You can do so many things. It's truly amazing. And if you can't get past your self-focused lens, yes, this will help other people. It will help you too because you're taking the attention and the spotlight off of yourself for a second and looking at someone else who is oftentimes less fortunate than we are. And that helps with the gratitude, that helps with the reflection, that helps with just being able to truly realize why any of us are here in the first place, what the season is all about, and it's so refreshing and fulfilling. On top of that, of course, there are so many ways to romanticize. I love making a winter playlist every year. I also started looking into Christian Christmas music because I realized obviously that's what Christmas is actually about. So I have been updating some playlists for you guys. I will leave them linked as well, but I think it's so fun to just make a little soundtrack to winter and it helps you romanticize. Imagine you're in a movie. On top of that, watching your favorite winter shows and movies. I love Gossip Girl and Gilmore Girls during this season especially. It just always gets me in the mood. Some sort of nostalgia as well. I love Minty's Christmas, My Little Pony movie. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it. I have been watching that since I was 5 years old, and I'm going to continue to watch it. I don't care. Also, just picking up on holiday traditions, whether they're old traditions you're bringing back or continuing, or starting your new ones. Maybe it's baking, going to look at holiday lights, having a fun little movie night with all your friends, a cookie decorating party. There's so many cute things and traditions to build. A huge part of the holidays is also to share love and memories with others. So maybe you have some friends that you want to share it with. And let me clear the air. You do not need a boyfriend or girlfriend to enjoy the holidays. You can enjoy them regardless, okay? It's not just a couple's holiday. It's about spending it with family and friends and again, your community, people you love, whatever situation you're in. Winter is a romantic season on its own, meaning romanticize, not you need a romantic partner to spend it with, okay? So do not be discouraged. Don't feel lonely. I feel like there's more single people in this world than dating people. There's so many ways that you can involve others in your holiday romanticization, like baking for others, writing notes and cards for others. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but finding some sort of way to give back and show appreciation for the people you love has always been so special to me. Handmade cards, maybe you like to knit, maybe you found a cute little Pinterest DIY. There's so many different options, but of course, You don't need someone else to spend it with. If you are more independent these holiday seasons, there's so many things you could do. You could take yourself on a little bookstore date with a cute little cup of coffee, walk around, make yourself some hot cocoa, and watch your favorite Christmas movies, decorate the tree, romanticize your room while playing Christmas music, go build a snowman outside by yourself. Just because you can. Boom. Automatically not lonely. Hello, Olaf the snowman. But I truly encourage you to lean into the season, whether it's with your nail color, certain fashion trends, the things you do on an everyday basis, the foods that you eat, even incorporating things like soups and different sauces, flavors, spices. The possibilities are truly endless. Also creating a mood board, of course, for the season. We are calling the Hot and Unbothered holiday season Glowmas, I think. Let me know if you guys like Hot and Unbothered holidays or Glowmas the most. Comment right now, let me know. I've been doing series on how I'm romanticizing / fighting seasonal depression at the same time this season on my TikTok, Instagram, other socials. So let me know which series title you guys like best. Hot and Unbothered Holidays or Glowmas. Either one. I like them both. But just kind of defining what you want your vibe to be for the holidays. Of course, you don't have to live by this, but I've been thinking, okay, like mine's Glowmas. I'm going to focus on glowing from the inside out and like helping others glow as well, and not just glowing up, like becoming hotter physically, but just glowing like a literal light and illuminating the situations and world around me. It's Glowmas. It's Glowmas. If you guys want a dedicated Glowmas episode, let me know, but this is basically it, honestly. So make sure you follow my other socials for more Glowmas. I have a Pinterest board as well, and I highly suggest making one to just help with your inspo and romanticization, because the year is going to go by so fast. So why not romanticize it? Take fun pictures of things, make mood boards, make scrapbooks, just really be present in the moment, because it's going to pass. Next thing you know, it's going to be summertime and you're going to say, I kind of miss Christmas. We always want what we can't have. And that's the truth. When it's summer, you're like, I'm looking forward to the holidays. And then the holidays come and you're stressed and you're tired and you're lazy. We can't win all of our battles. Be present in the moment. Romanticize the heck out of every opportunity that you guys get. But I have my Pinterest mood board for our Hot and Unbothered Glowmas. I'll have it linked for you guys as well, so you can check that out and gather inspo, and we can share our pins together. But overall, I want to remind you guys the reason for the season. I can't say it enough. It's not about us. It's not about you. I think soon I have to do an episode on it not being about you. We become so obsessed with ourselves and our lives, and it's really not about you. And yes, it's so exciting to romanticize the season and set your New Year's resolutions and to become the best version of yourself and to make the Christmas list and to get all cute. But if you really want to be the best version of yourself, what will make you that is serving others. And like what really is at the top of my Christmas list is like world peace, hello? Like there's so much, obviously that's a little bit beyond my capabilities, but overall, like I want to make a difference and I want to help people. And even if it's reaching one person to rewire their perspective, or I'm going to serve the community in some way, and if I even get to talk to one person and help them in any way whatsoever, I have gotten all that I need. And I think that's what's really special to me about this season is like, yeah, I'm thinking of my Christmas list, right? My family and I, we still do Christmas lists because it makes sense. We want to know what to get to each other. We're going to buy each other gifts either way. Like, sure, like I'll tell you what I want. But at the same time, like this year, I'm like, I have plenty. And I think that's such a great way to live and an abundant mindset to have. I have plenty. It's so easy to get stuck in that lack mindset during the holidays. I need this, I need this. And you look at everyone's Christmas lists or their what I got for Christmas hauls. You're like, oh, they got that, I should got that. Or their Christmas tree is bigger than mine. Their stocking's more full. You have plenty. We have plenty. I want you guys to enjoy the season, but I also want you guys to focus on what really matters. And that is nothing physical. And when you guys are doing your reflection and your resetting, I want you guys to focus on that. Let's release the versions of ourselves that are like, I need this, I need this, I need that. Focus on how you are going to give, because the truth is we have plenty. The holidays, that is about Jesus's birthday. It all has nothing to do with us whatsoever, yet somehow we make it all about us. That's just something that I have been convicted of recently, and I just had to share that message with you guys, and I wanted to because it's hitting home for me. It really is. So yes, the world is a cold place right now. It is your job to bring the warmth, your job to stay hot and unbothered and to not listen to whatever external factors are trying to bring you down or spread negativity. You can do this. You be a light, you be the warmth, stay hot and stay unbothered. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to give it a like, rate it 5 stars, and leave a review for the chance to be featured in next week's episode. Don't forget to follow my socials at Brianna Gomez with 2 B's on Instagram, TikTok, especially if you want to see my fun little series that I'm doing right now. Pinterest, I've got Pinterest boards for you guys. If you guys want my winter mood board for our hot and unbothered holidays / Glowmas vibes for inspiration, I'm on Snapchat as well. We also have a group chat on my Instagram that you guys can join if you want to be part of the Hot and Unbothered Besties chat. Follow the podcast at Hot Unbothered on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget to let me know in the comments what episode topics you guys want to see next. You guys are the reason why I'm even here or get to spread any of this message or talk to any of you. And I am just so forever grateful for you. I love you guys so, so much. And I will see you next Free Day. Bye. Mwah.